Welcome to today's edition of the Spotlight. It has been an amazing day, very annoying day as well. But to think that we have a special person here in the studio today to make sense of, sports, the sporting business, everything that has to do with entrepreneurship. Even though this person doesn't know how to pronounce his name. But then it's been a delight having him here in the studio. And of course, this is the Spotlight on Voice of the People TV. I am Amase Nachi Okafor. Do well to join us on YouTube. We are at Voice of the People TV. And other social media handles like your X, Instagram, Facebook, and on TikTok. We're at VOPTV Live. And I have with me Aloysius. Welcome to the show. I skipped your surname, right? Because I wanted you to say it yourself.
Myself?
Yes.
So it's interesting. So the way I was taught how to say my name was American style, Anagonye. Now when you come to Nigeria, it's Anagonye.
Anagonye.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, I'm going to embrace my Nigerian side when I'm here and say Anagonye. And continue to get it right somehow, some way.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. So tell me all about Aloysius. I want to know about you.
About me?
Yeah.
How many hours we got?
Oh my God, we could stay all day. I don't have a problem with that.
I am not shy to talk about myself. So, like I said, it starts off with my parents. Parents was born, raised here from Nigeria, Anambra, and Ihala. So,
Ihala, okay.
Yeah, again, the pronunciation. My mother went to the United States for education. There I was born and raised. Got a chance to come back. And why I say that's important to me because they instilled education in our legacy, in our dream. And education was something that's a big part of me. Next, sports. Sports was a big aspect of my development. I got a chance to grow into a young man who took advantage of that and went to higher education, went to Michigan State. There I won the championship. Winning championship in high school, winning championship in college, got a chance to play overseas and played all over the world with sports. Got education, so that was a big part. And the last part about me is being diverse and thinking. Yeah. Learning how to do different things, learning how to say my name right.
Yeah, right.
And different languages as well.
All right, so being in the industry for over 15 years, having the experience for over 15 years, how has it been for you? Because I know very well that basketball is a big deal when it has to do with, abroad. People that play basketball abroad, they are good, really good. And they make a lot of money as well. But knowing that you no longer play, right? So why did you leave basketball?
So, like all good things, it must come to an end.
Absolutely.
And sports always has its time. You get older, you get wiser, you got to move on to the next. The idea is not just to stop your journey by being an active participant, but be an active participant in the ecosystem development. That's where I am right now. I'm in that lifestyle where I want to be part of the system instead of just being an inspiration, but a player from the past. Right now, we're into the sports industry development phase for building it in Nigeria and in Africa.
All right, so you're also co-founder of Active Boulevard. What is that actually? When I saw that, I was like, okay, I think I must ask you what this is all about.
Oh, man. Active Boulevard is a movement.
Okay.
It's a true movement. We're focused in the wellness, health, and sports space. But we really want to get people out there to understand what is active living, what is lifestyle. And then we're building a platform where people can engage. And then from there, things will span from product development, e-commerce. But Active Boulevard is not just a place where people can do sports, but also a destination. We have things we call our avenues, where people can pick different types of sports. This weekend, our Motorsports Avenue is having a special event happening. Obviously, you can check it out, join the group community, ask people, how do you join the community? But we want to make sure that it's a place where people can really get the highest ability when it comes to sports.
You know, when it has to do with sports, a lot of persons feel like you should be a very special person to be a part of, you know, the sporting industry. In as much as it feels like sports makes a lot of money, you know, when people bet, when people do a lot of things when it has to do with sports. But a lot of persons that I have, you know, interviewed or have come across, most of them are always saying that we have not really, you know, gotten the depth of sports in the industry, that is making money off sports. People are saying that, you know, we've not really tapped into that industry really well. There's a lot of money in sports, and you know, this is, you know, what you're preaching about. How do you, you know, make sure that we tap into this sports industry?
Great question. Just like any industry, you must understand the root of the industry. Sports is an entertainment industry, but it's more than just that. It's also a way of living. If we start off and think that sports is just about money, you end up with just equal pay, equal rights. But we're talking about sports as the idea of a mindset. We got to shift that sports has skills. I'm talking about there's skills that you get when you play, but also skills that you can take into other aspects of sports. There's coaches, there are managers, there are facilitators, there are people who build the roads to get to those games. There are people of hospitality. That's what the industry of sports is. That's how you capitalize on making money in the industry of sports. If you're just looking at just the fact of being a player, then you look at other places. We have to build the whole infrastructure, the whole ecosystem for you to be able to understand how to be it feasible to make money economically for everybody.
All right. Well, you've had a great career over the years. So, but I also want to know how you managed to, you know, putting the sports career that you have with business, and you know, also being the fact that you're also, you know, you're a preacher of business, entrepreneurship, sports. How do you encompass all of these things, you know, to make the best out of each and every one of them?
Start where you're at.
Okay.
You start where you at, you build a structure, you build something where you at. When I became an athlete, I knew that I wanted to be an athlete of change, of impact. So that means on the court and off the court. I wanted to win championships, I wanted to, but the thing was I started with my team, started with the players, started with doing things around the community where I am, and that's where I am today. So if anybody wants to say, how you transfer from one place to another, start doing what you got to do from where you at. From my perspective about sports and then my perspective about business, they're both the same. My father wanted me to be a doctor. He wants me to be a lawyer.
Really?
He wants me to be an engineer. And I said, no, Dad, I want to be a businessman. And he said, don't you know, a doctor is a business. Engineer is a business. And he's right. Everything is a business. It's just how the idea of service to the people. And if you focus on what kind of service you can give to the people and be consistent and do it at a high level, then that's a business.
All right. Also, before we take a breather, I also know that you're into community development. You understand? And this is something that a couple of persons do, but most people have, you know, ulterior motives of trying to be out there, trying to be noticed by communities. Oh yeah, I do community development, and you know, some people don't do it because this is what they want to do, and you know, this is how they want to give back to the society where they are at. So tell me, how far has it got for you? How long have you been into this, you know, trying to develop communities?
From day one. When you're a kid, you're part of a community. Don't forget, it takes a village to raise a child.
But not in the world now.
Oh, well, it still does.
Do you still agree to that?
I still agree to that.
You really do still agree to that?
I do agree to that.
Well, I don't think I agree to that, because I know a lot of persons right now, you know, when you try to say, oh, you child, don't do this, don't do that, person is like, leave my child for me.
That's all about mindset. Like, it's switched off before, you can switch it on now. So I do still believe in that. There is a community sense when you raise a child. You go take them, they got to go to school. Teacher, the people you run into, the police officer that protects them from going to school. It takes a whole community. The bus driver, if you're in the U.S., the teammates, family. Those are all part of your community. So we've always been building communities. Now we take that into a grander scale. How does it affect? How does you become an impact? So right now in my life, I want to be a huge impact when it comes to developing community that can excel and get the highest out of their own ability. When it comes to business, that's all you can do. Business is how many customers, clients you could gather together to believe and trust what you are serving. So if you're not into community development, you're not into business. You're into hustling. You're into just getting a quick buck. If you want to be a good business person, you have to build community. Even yourself, Voice of the People. This is a community. This is a community that we all have to cherish and we all should be proud of. And from that, we spread the word.
All right. So, do you have any project you're working on, something you're doing at the moment, or something you have done that you really want to talk about? Because I know, like, you have a lot of things in your mind, things you want to put out there to the world. So let us hear about it.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So the way we start off, like you said, with Active Boulevard, we're really into getting our community base together. People who want like-minded people to come together. We want to build that. You know, being 10,000 strong in 1 month, we want to get people to be actively to engage with us. We had a walk the other day. It was for the International Day for the young boys, for child boys. It was about mentorship. It was great. We walked on the bridge, on the Ikoyi Bridge, came back. We had a workshop. It was a part of just building that community. Next thing is that we are trying to do, and we will do, trade missions coming from interacting with people from Pan-Africa, from U.S., of different backgrounds. They want to invest in local opportunities here in Nigeria and also other places in Africa, and vice versa. Let's get some of those great products and great goods that we have in Nigeria overseas and everywhere else. Let's start doing great trade with each other and then impacting each other's life in a grander scale.
All right, that's a lot, but I know very well that a lot of persons share into what you're doing as well. Now, there are a lot of young persons who possibly, want to do what you're doing, and persons who love what you do, but maybe they're kind of confused as to how to start, where to, draw inspiration from. So I want you to just in a few seconds, talk to that young person out there who might be watching or listening to you, to, just give them, something that they will take home today.
One thing I always say, start where you're at. That's something I took at a very young age, was if you want to be a person of change or a person of impact, or even someone who wants to make a lot of money, learn how to interact with the people around you. Build a structure, build your character. Those are the things you have to build, because in the end, we talked about sports, what you can take away from it, and it takes resilience and being strong to push through. And if you don't start where you're at by practicing right now, you will not be able to do it when you have to. So, biggest thing for you, Emil, do it, don't talk about it, but start with the people around. Ask questions around you and say, how can I do what I want to do right now, right here, right in this space? And from there, you grow your circles, and you build your community.
All right, thank you so much. So we have been chatting with Aloysius Anagonye, who is a basketball player, and I'm excited because I know a lot of young persons who are in Nigeria who want to be basketball players, who want to be entrepreneurs, who want to be business moguls, who want to do a lot of things. But when you say that they want to do these things, they're like, oh yeah, this is Nigeria. We're not giving a lot of much options to be who we want to be and when we want to be that. But then we have him here, telling us a story and a lot of things that he has said on the show, which of course I know that he would agree to come on this show again very soon. I'm putting you on the spot.
I would be glad to come back. Thank you so much.
All right, of course, thank you so much for being on the show with us today. And let us do this again tomorrow, where we have other amazing guests as well. Well, let us have a farewell message from you to people watching.
Be active. Go for a walk. Do things together. Join the group. This is important. And I want to thank the voice of the people for their time. Thank you.
All right, you forgot to mention your Instagram, social media pages, so that people that want to follow you can as well follow you as
Easy.
well.
I'm real easy to find. Aloysius Anagonye. 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 Aloysius Anagonye.
Yeah.
Just simple. Aloysius Anagonye. That's so easy. My two names put together. You'll find me on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn.
All right, thank you so much. Well, this is what we'll draw the curtain for today. Let us do this again tomorrow. Masinachi Okafa is my name. Have yourself an amazing afternoon. Bye-bye for now.